My name, Araba Ifayemi Elebuibon. I was born in Osogbo, the state capital of Osun State. I came from a family of authority on Yoruba culture. My ancestor, Olutimehin, is one of the co-founders of the City of Osogbo. My father, Ifayemi Elebuibon, is babalawo and Ogun priest. My father has 6 wives. My mother was the youngest one. My mother had 1 male and female before I came. My sister, the one that I followed, she used to be an abiku. Abiku is a born-to-die child. She used to repeatedly call me, but later she stayed. When it was time for me to come, there was a problem. My mother used to have miscarriage. Sometimes there's no pregnant at all. Sometimes they had the baby and the baby died. This kind of problem make my father to prepare a lot of Ifa medicine to help my mother. But one day, they consult Ifa, and the revelation from the old Ifa said that a male child is going to be born. His name is going to be known all over the world. He's an Ifa priest. My mother has to stop use any herb medicine. The old Ifa gave instruction to my mother to go to the river Osun, give a piece to Osun, and fetch water home. Drink that water. This water from Osun is potent. That's what make my mother pregnant me. I was inside my mother's womb. A revelation came that this is going to be a male child. It's going to become babalawo, and his name is going to be known all over the world. When it's time for baby to come, I came. The 3-day ceremony is entire when they were performing it. That is why they picked the name for me, Ifayemi. Toba Yemi, yo yefa. Toba yefa, yo yemi. If it fit me, it fit Ifa. If it fit Ifa, it fit me. That is my name, Ifayemi. They gave me another name because I came through the water from Osun. They gave me Osun Dagbonu. Osun take away concoction medicine. Osun rejects concoction medicine. That is my name, Osun Dagbonu. I was age of 4 when my father started to teach me the art and practice of Ifa. My father is already aged, and he picked a master for me.
Mm-hmm. At this time, did you accept this knowledge, or were you rebel in any way? It was okay for you to start learning the tradition at 4?
At age of 4, I had to start very early.
Yeah.
Because my father is already aged, and it's already indicated from Odu Ifa, this is the babalawo.
But what did you feel as a child, 4 years old, starting to learn Ifa? What did you feel?
I have to follow instruction. As a child, you have to obey your parents. I may not know what it is, but I have to follow instruction of my parents. When my father teach me, I obey. I have no objection.
Okay.
So this is how I started to learning art and practice of Ifa. And my father picked a master for me because my father is already aged. And even I was inside my mother's womb when my father told my master, this pregnancy is going to be a male child. You are the one who's going to teach him art and practice of Ifa. Okay. Because my father keeps saying he don't know when the time is going to come for him to join his ancestor. He said it may be soon, it may be later. You are the one who's going to continue teaching. So that is how I became the student of Chief Ifayemi Elebuibon.
Okay, and did you go to any regular school, like learning English and mathematics and other?
I have all my education at home.
At home?
In 1955, there was free education. There was time government introduced free education. My father, the people used to go from one house to the other to register children to come to the school. I was with my father. We saw two people coming to our house, and without maybe they are coming to consult Ifa, we will think maybe they come for spiritual assistance. We met them in front of our house. They told my father they would like to register my name for me to come to school because government has introduced free education. My father said, no, this one is not going to go to your school. It's a babalawo. They say there's nothing wrong in that. Let him come to school in the morning. When he came back in the evening, you can teach him art and practice of Ifa. My father said, no, it's not going to be easy like that. My father said, those who went to school, they never came back. My father referring to my brothers who had already converted to become Christian and Muslim, and he did not want me to follow their path. He said, no, he will not allow me to go to school. That's the reason why I did not go to school in 1955 when they were having free education in Western region.
How old were you at that time?
I was about 7 years old. Then, 1957, my father joined his ancestor. After we did all the traditional rite of passage, my mother told me to pack my belongings. I have to go and live with my master, Chief Ifayemi Elebuibon. I went there. We lived at a place called Catholic Mission Road, okay, Popo. There, I met 3 other young boys. They went to school. In the evening when they came back, they used to have their home lesson. I used to watch them. I learned from them. And they did not know. And I used to have my age mates that go to school. I used to prepare memory medicine for them, my friends. When they come back to school, I share knowledge with them. They show me what their teacher teach them, and they were helping me to write and to do a lesson with them. One day, the three boys that live in the house where I stay with my master, the teacher, the lesson teacher that teach them, asked one of them to spell it Shokolokobangoshe. Shokolokobangoshe was longest pronunciation in English. And one stand up, pronounce 4 spelling, stop. The second one could not say. Then I asked, excuse me, can I say it? The teacher looked at me. Were you a student? I said, no. Are you not an Ifa priest? I said, yes, I am. Let me have a try. I said, okay, try it. Then I pronounced Shokolokobangoshe. The man was amazing, was surprised. Said, and he started to blame those boys. This man was just watching. He learned more than you. We are teaching you, you don't know nothing. This boy is just keep quietly watching. How come he learned more than you? So I have one boyfriend which I used to help. When he's sick, I have to. His father is not in Nigeria. His father lived in Gold Coast. So he lived with his uncle. Anytime he has problem, he came to me. I prepare medicine for him. So anytime he came back from school, he came to me. He showed me what the teacher teach them. He's the one that introduced me to correspondence course. He has an address that since I was not allowed to go to school, this is going to be a better way. Because my master, the one I stay with to learning Ifa, anytime he see me writing or read a book, I'm trouble.
He didn't allow you?
He did not allow me. He whipped me, he beat me. So I had to hide. Anytime I'm reading, I'm writing, I have to hide from him. So this boy, a friend of mine, his name is Sule. He gave me the address of correspondence course. So this is how I start correspondence course. They send book to me, the English, mathematics, Yoruba. I pay the money, they send it to me. They send question, I answer the question, they mark it, they return to me. Back and forth, back and forth. This is how I learn to write, to speak English. My master, my Oluwo, that I stay with, he used to have a friend in Gold Coast. They used to communicate by writing letters to themselves. There used to be a man who used to read a letter for my master, my Oluwo. So that man traveled. He traveled to another town. For 1 year, he never came back home. The letter came from Ghana to my master. It's piled up. My master is waiting for this man to come to read letter for him. But the man in Ghana keep wondering, what is happening? No answer to all his letters. This man sent somebody to my master. What is happening? Is anything happened? I wrote you 4, 5 letters. No answer. This was time. My father decided to read all the letters that had been piled up. My Oluwo invited me to come and read letter for him. I read this letter one by one. And he gave me money to buy hair mail to reply the man in Ghana. I went to the post office. I buy hair letter. And I write letter for my Oluwo. I post it. The reply come. I read for him. This is what I have to do for him, back and forth, back and forth. One day, this man in Ghana came back home on a visit. He asked my Oluwo, my master, who is the person that used to write letter for you when we were discuss so matter? He make mention the man in another town. Who is the person that write letter for you when we are discuss this so matter? My master make mention my name. Say, Yemi. I was shocked. They called me. They say, come. If I was even hesitant. I thought my master is going to whip me. I get scared. So when I went there, he said, this boy is the one that writes this letter for you. That man in Ghana said, don't let any other person write letter for you again. This boy, ever since he started to write letter for you, the sea is earned clearly. The former one that they used to write for you, 2, 3 people will have to read it before I could understand. But ever since this boy started to write letter for you, no problem at all. His handwriting is clear. Let him continue write letter for you. This man doled out his pocket. He gave me money. He dashed me 1 shilling. 1 shilling is like one kobo or 1 cent in American money. I thank him. I prostrate. When I started to, he said, stop. By the way, who is the father of this boy? My master, my Oluwo say, his father is acclaimed Elebuibon. He said, oh my God. His father is the priest who divined for me before I traveled to Ghana. All the revelation is come to pass. Where is the Baba now? And he said, Baba had departed. Baba had joined the ancestors. Oh my God. He said, he told me to bring back 1 shilling. He gave me double money. He gave me another 2 shillings. And I thank him. That's how I went. So that was the time my Oluwo don't give me trouble anymore. When he see me writing, they don't allow me to go to school, but they don't disturb him. But still, I used to be afraid of him. I don't want him to beat me. I have to hide the book from him.
After that, it was okay.
So this is how I get my knowledge.
How many years did you study with your master?
I studied 10 years 6 months with my master. 10 years 6 months.
But this is not there is not a fixed time for one to learn. You can learn faster. You can learn more slowly. It depends on you.
I have my master. I also have colleagues of my father that I used to go to them to get the knowledge. So I have several people who are teaching me. my senior, and I have other colleagues of my father. I go to them to get the knowledge.
Okay, but is there a fixed time for one to learn Ifa or not?
There used to be, what we have is that a student of Ifa must acquire the knowledge every 5 days, weekday of Ifa. So let's say today is weekday of Ifa. You will go to your master, Oluwo. I want you to teach me Idiogbe. Then he will recite, you will recite after him. You study it, you master it. Next week, weekday of Ifa, you will come to repeat what you learned for him. If he said that you are very correct, you obtain another one. You ask him to teach you Oyekumedi. This is how you will continue every week, every week. That will take 3 years for a student to have 256 Odu Ifa. After 3 years, you will have to repeat again. Let's say they are teaching you 2 verses on each Odu at first course. Then you started again to learning 4 verses on each Odu for another 3 years. That makes 6 years. That will enable you to be competent to interpret message of Ifa. You use the other years to acquire the knowledge how to make the ebo, to perform the sacrifice, to identify different kind of ingredients. They will take you to the forest, make you identify tree, leaves, roots, all different kind. You go to savannah, you go to the forest, because there are different kind of leaf in the savannah. There are different kind of leaf in forest. You will need to identify all the tree, all the name, everything. And you'll be able to practice on your own. That's why it takes 10 years for a student to be complete art and practice of Ifa. But that 10 years is not even enough. You will continue to acquire more until you die.
Okay, so you are still learning.
Yeah.
Okay. All the knowledge you know, you got from your masters, or something came to you through intuition?
That is, I learned from my master, but I was sent by my creator, because everything depends on the destiny, the thing you are born with, the power inside you. But you will have to develop that with your skill, with knowledge that you have.